Welcome back to the Excel class with Maths Experience. And today we'll be calculating results using Excel. But I titled it Result Checker. So this helps us to calculate our results, keep a record of our results for those of us in the higher institution, and then calculate it automatically. Helps to avoid errors. And I already have a template here. And you can see I have four spreadsheets: 100 level, 200 level, 300 level, 400 level. So I'm assuming this is a 4-year course. And then these are first semester courses, these are second semester courses. So I also put just at the right here a guide, tell us how the grading was done: 70 to 100 A with 5 points if you get an A in a course, and then down to 039, which is F, and then you'll be awarded 0 points for such a course. And at the end of the degree, you'll be able to have one of these classifications, either a first class, second class, upper division, or lower division, and a third class, pass or fail, depending on what your cumulative grade point average is. So let's just get right into it. So here I already have um, a column for course, for the course title. But this is like course codes, course titles, credit units, and then the grade that I got, and then the remark. So we'll be using a multiple of functions we have learned in our previous lessons, and we'll be using them to produce a result checker, or let me say a record, a result record, more like a transcript, so we can know and monitor and track our courses. So in this course, 3 credit units, BCH 111, 3 credit units, and then this person got an A, and then we know that if he gets an A, it's 5 points, meaning they got between the range of 70 to 100. If he gets a B, it's 4 points. If he gets a C, it's 3 points. So we are going to say if already. So to put our grade point, we'll use the if function. We can remember that every formula starts with an equal to sign. So we are saying if open our brackets, so our logical test is if our grade E6 is A, what is going to happen? We'll say multiply the credit units by the points, which is 5. So multiply D6, which is where the credit unit is, by 5. So if he gets an A, we multiply the credit unit D6 by 5. What if he gets a B? If the grade is a B, okay, so I just recalled that when we wanted to give us alphabets, letters, we put an apostrophe. So if we get an A, give us multiplied by 5. If we get a B, comma, and we'll say multiply the credit units by 4. So if our grade is a C, multiply the credit units by 3. If our grade is a D, multiply the credit units by 2. Then if our grade is an E, what do? We multiply the credit units by 1. Then lastly, if our grade is an F, so sorry, then we multiply the credit units by 0. And if it's any other thing, just tell us false. So if it's a missing script, if there is no score, just tell us there's something wrong. Tell us false. So we've done quite a number of if conditions. So we put the closing brackets to match the number of if functions we have set there. So we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6, and then we enter. Okay, good. So it is saying the grade point is going to be 15, and that's because it is interpreting that the grade is A, and then the grade point is going to be 3 times 5. All right, so let's just play around something here. Let's say, what if this was a D? She changes that because D is 2 points. That means 2 times 3 gives us 6. What if it was an F? Oh, nobody should get an F in a 3 credit unit. Okay, now you see it's 0. If it was an E, that means 1 times 3, which is 3. But we have an A. So let's just go with our A. We can drag this down, and then it tells us another A, which is 15, a B, which is 12, a C here, which is 6, a B, which is 4 times 2, and that is A. So now, our remarks. I'm going to say, let's use the if function again. If the grade, if the grade E6 is anything other than F, let it be a pass. Because apart from F, the others are good to go, meaning you're not going to have to write the course. I think in medical fields they have a different organogram, but in a normal field, you would not you will not have to write a course once you don't get an F. So we say if it is an F, it is an F, tell them, tell us that this person, or tell me that I failed. But if it is not an F, tell me that I passed. So you see, now it's telling me that I passed. So what if this was an F? It will tell me that, oh boy, you failed though. But since it's not an F, it's a pass. So I'll just drag this down. So we can see all passes, all passes. So I will do the same for, I'll just I copied this and I'll paste here. I'm just going to use the equivalent, the adjacent columns in the same row. And the same thing for this, use as a column on the row. So I would select the both of them and drag. So with this, I can see that I passed all my courses, 100 level, and then I had this grade point. So what's the next thing? Say I put an option for total credit unit. I'm just going to align this right. I think I don't like it being left. I'm going to align this right. Yes. Then I'm going to insert a summation. I'm going to say sum all the credit units I've got here. Sum them for me. I need them summed. I need them summed. So which means 100 level first semester, I did a total of 19 credit units. I can also sum the grade points. Sum all these grade points. So which means my total grade points is 84. So how will I know my GPA? GPA. What GPA am I on? That is grade point average. Let me insert a row here. Insert a column rather. I'll say automatically calculate it for me. Divide the grade point average F14 divided by the total credit units D14. So I'm on a 4.42. Whoosh. Now look at our reference here. 4.5 is where the first class starts. So I really need to sit up. I really do need to sit up. I don't like there's so many decimal places. I'm just going to decrease decimal. Just want maybe two decimal places. Okay, I think that's okay for me. And drag this a little. So I can see, and I'm going to do the same here. Now let me show us a trick. Yeah, we can just use alternate equal to, alternate equal to, and then it sums it. I'll do the same here. Alternate equal to, and then it sums that here. So now I'm just going to say my grade point average for this year is equal to my total grade points divided by my total credit units. So second semester, wow, I didn't even hit the 4 point bar. I really do need to sit up. Now, these are the results for first semester. I'm going to do some extra things here. I'm going to have my cumulative. As at first semester, I had no previous results, but by second semester, I've already gotten first semester results. So I need to sum my result from the first semester with the results in the second semester. So I'm going to have a cumulative credit units. This is going to be, let me align this to the right. This is going to be equal to the first semester credit unit D14 plus the second semester credit unit. So cumulatively in the first year, I've done 42 credit units. I'm also going to have a cumulative um, grade points, total grade points. So let me just shorten that. CGP as cumulative grade points. Align this to the right. So that's going to be equal to the grade points for first semester plus the grade points for second semester. So now I'm going to have a CGPA. Of course, you know what that means now. CGPA means cumulative grade point average. And this is basically how you know if you're going to be on a first class, second class, or third class. Align this to the right. And then I have my cumulative grade points equal to my cumulative grade points divided by my cumulative credit units. So as that 100 level, I ended up on the 4.1. Now I really need to sit up if I'm going to hit a first class. Um, Let me just add a little aesthetic before we move on to the next. Okay. Select this part of my table and put some borders. I'm going to put all borders. Yeah, helps it looks more like a table. Do that for this. I'll put all borders. I think I'm going to bold this because my heading shouldn't be looking like other folks. Should look more like a table. Just bolden that. Um, I think I can bolden this too. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so as at first semester, I'm choose to yes, I can choose to do that. Choose to do that too. So as at 100 level, I have cumulative. Let me just format this. Say this is good. It's above 4 points. So this is 100 level. Now let me show you something else. I'm going to go down to 200 level. Now look at 200 level. I've done some pretty work filling the results, getting my grade points, and indicating if I passed or failed. Now, how do I now get a cumulative credit unit? And this is four semester 200 level, and I did one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 courses, and I had a total credit unit for 20 credit units for four semester 200 level. But remember that in 100 level, I did 42 credit units, combining both first and second semester. So how do I now add the 42, this 42, to this 20? Do I now start typing 42 plus 20? No, 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 no. There is a way to do that automatically. All I need to do is to insert my equals to sign, of course. I go back to 100 level and click. So you see there is a selection indication showing that I've selected this particular cell D31. And if you look at the formula bar, it's saying equals to single apostrophe 100 level exclamation mark D31, which means in sheet 100 level D31 has been selected. So I'm going to come back to my 200 level, and you see that here, plus 20. So now you see 42 plus 20 gives us 62. I'll do the same thing here, equal to 88 plus, I'll go back to my 100 level and click on 175. Enter. So you see, it's telling me I added F14, which is total grade points for first semester 200 level, plus F31 in the 100 level spreadsheet, which is this F31 as seen in the address bar. So is that easy to sum cells in different spreadsheets? You can add up cells from multiple spreadsheets and then you have a smooth run. So anything that's going to change in the 100 level, so let's assume I'm going to just tamper a little with this. Let's assume I'm changing this from, maybe I found out in the future that um, um, technical drawing was actually not 2 credit units but 1 credit unit. So you see, it changes here to 3 from 6. It changes here to 81. It changes to 4.5. It changes to 18 from 19. This also changes from 41, from 42 to 41. This also changes. So it also affects our 62 becomes 61. So any change made in any other spreadsheet affects the subsequent spreadsheets. So it's easy to track and follow up the results. So now I'm just going to say it's on the same spreadsheet, so it's quite easy. Equal to 22 plus R61. That gives us 83. And we have equal to 91 plus our 260. That gives us 351. And this already tells us I'm dividing 351 divided by 83, and it gives me 4.23. So with this 200 level, I'm able to see 200 level. Um, So I'm already seeing that I am still on the second class upper division and I'm aiming to hit a first class. Then we move in 300 level. As you can see, we have a total credit unit of that semester of 17. The grade point is 78. For that semester, I made a 4.35. Then cumulatively, I now have 100 credit units. This is adding from D14 of this current cell, of this current spreadsheet, to D31 in 200 level. All right. And then you can see that to F14 here plus F31 in 200 level. And for 300 level, I can see my cumulatives are increasing. And as at final here, I can see cumulative for first semester, and then second semester 4.75. However, it's ended at a 4.40. 4.40. And we can now see that using this um, class of degree, I almost doesn't kill a bird. But this person almost made a first class. Um, we can have an if function here that will say, okay, now if I like to use caps, if this is my CGPA was greater or equal to 4.5, 4.50, okay, then that means this person was a first class. If that same CGPA was greater than or equal to 3.50, and that means this person was a second class upper division. I'm just going to skip the upper division there, the division there. Let's go back to our formula bar. Formula bar seems to be wider and we can see more. And we'll say if this person was greater than or equal to 2.5. Second class, this time around a lower division. If the same folk was greater than or equal to 1.5, that person should be awarded a third class. Uh, if folk was greater than or equal to 1.00, such folk should be given a pass. And lastly, if the folk just had 0.00, I don't know what the person came to school to do. As well, he should be given fail. Now, I'm just going to check my formula to be sure everything is intact. Okay, okay, hit our enter, and then it tells me I have a second class upper division. So this is how we are able to use Excel to track our result, generate a transcript, automate the process, so that all we need to do will just be to enter the credit units and then the grade. Excel on its own will automatically sum, multiply, indicate if it's a pass or a fail, cumulate, and then also tell us if the person is going to end up in the first class. So you can either create this on your own or pick up the templates from the link that will be shared in the description, and then you can easily check out your result or do any other automated processes. If you like this video, please subscribe, and then we'll see in the next class. Thank you.